Hello Aries, welcome to your September 2025 reading. My name is NiJiLL and you have found Alchemy. Okay, we re-pulled these cards from your fall 2025 reading. I don't know if you listened to it or not. I invite you to. For what it is, it's 3 months worth of information and it's pretty short. We touched upon this, but there's many things in this particular, and I will re-summarize it, by the way. But there's many things we touched upon that I'm really just not going to go into and rehash the whole thing. Also, your birthday reading is posted, and that's 3 blessings coming to Aries between 2025 and 2026. Okay. That said, let's get started. You know, I'm just going to move all this over. You have pulled the Death card, and this is number 13 in this deck. And the interesting thing about this deck is that there's 4 death cards in this particular deck, and this is one of them. And in your fall reading, I put all 4 of them up so you could really look at the differences in the meanings. This was the traditional death card, and another interesting thing about this is that it is the astrological correspondences can be different in this deck. And in the death card, you have your Scorpio Pluto connection, as always, but you also have a connection to Mars. So here you have a Martian connection, which is your ruling planet, which is very odd for the Death card. But here you are, right? There is this unusual connection to Aries. Now, this is obviously a transition from one thing into another, one part of your life to another. Perhaps something's dying, and so something else can be reborn in your life. There is rebirth energy here on the table. You do have here the Page of Swords in reverse. This is a Swedish deck. Mercury and Gemini energy. And, you know, like I said, I go into great details in your fall reading. I pull apart each piece of symbolism that's on the card and everything. But, you know, suffice to say that this is the card of communication. It's coming in reverse. Communication is key. A misunderstanding is possible. Now, this could be a misunderstanding coming from you. Aries sometimes like to talk a little bit quicker than their mind can process how somebody else might take it. I personally like that about them, but sometimes what you say, Aries, can be misconstrued. Okay. Likewise, you could take something that someone else says a little bit. There's some sort of communication here that is misunderstood or perhaps not received. You do have here the 7 of Pentacles coming in. And this is Saturn and Taurus energy, and this is a harvest card. So you have interesting things going on already, right? You have this transition card that from one part of your life to another, from one thing to another. Death is a transition, but we know that death is not the last card in the tarot deck, right? So it's not the end. So suffice to say that you do have the Hierophant coming in sideways, and we know that this is pure Taurus energy. And, you know, when cards come in sideways in my readings, we know that there is a decision that needs to be made here. And the Hierophant is a card of commitment. Where are your loyalties going to lie? Where is your commitment going to be? There's a decision that you need to make here in the month of September, okay? And you also have 2 cards of Leo here. You have the actual Strength card, and then the Sun, Strength, and Empowerment card in this deck. This is pure Leo. I mean, look at that. Have you ever seen more Leo energy? Fellow fire sign, for sure. So you have the major arcana, which is strength here. And you're going to perhaps, I mean, we know that Leo is a very confident card, right? So you're going to be displaying strength in some way, confidence in some way. You're going to be receiving empowerment here in some way. A lot of fire energy, which obviously you are very comfortable with here, Aries. When we add this up and we break it down, we get the number 7, which is Neptune, which is Neptunian, right? Piscean energy. Neptunian energy can be a little confusing. I mean, you see this like kind of like a lot going on here, right? And there might be parts of this month where you feel a little confused, but I think by and large, this is going to be a very good month for you. I do think it's going to be, I don't see Sagittarian energy yet, or maybe it won't be in here, but I'm really feeling expansion, right? Feeling that expansive energy for sure. You also have here the card of Aries. I don't know if you watched me shuffle the cards, but this fell out by itself. You could always slow the shuffling down to as slow as you like so you could see how things fall out. But that is a very good sign. It's a sign that we have connected to your energy here, Aries, the Ram. You also have these two cards with our tea leaves. You have the Eye and you have Mice. Now, the Eye is good for psychic ability. It's intuition, right? Could be, listen, it could be actual psychic ability, but at the end of the day, whether you believe in that or not, it is your intuition that's going to guide you through this month. It's not going to be a fact-driven month as much as your gut feeling about something. A decision you make, I don't know why this just popped into my head. A decision that you make this month may not make any sense to anyone but you. Okay. You do have Mice and it says discord among family or friends. So there is that here in the background going on as well. I could see that a little bit, right? There could be some miscommunication. Perhaps you make a decision here that somebody doesn't understand. You do have the Sky. And when I see this card, the sky is the limit, right? It says infinite universe for sure. The sky's the limit. Don't limit yourself this month. I'm telling you, something interesting is going to happen. And I really think you're going to have to make a decision. And I do think that there's going to be other people around you that don't understand this decision. Don't understand your logic. But you understand it, right? It's a gut feeling you have. You may be breaking free of some chains here. You may have felt bound to something. You may feel sort of, there could be something in your life that makes you feel bound to it, a commitment. Maybe these chains are breaking finally. There could be a child in your life that you're very, very committed to, that you have this connection with. But also this could represent the birthing process of something else, that transition energy, you giving birth, whether you're male or female, to a new part of your life. Something that has just breathed life into something else. You go from feeling bound and sort of chained to something, to experiencing this rebirth, right? Yeah, rebirth energy, right? There it is, that Scorpion rebirth energy. You have the Crow, and this is more Scorpio energy, by the way, as the Crow is definitely known, the Ravens and Crows definitely known for Pluto, Scorpio. And here, look, it says transition. It says which part of your life is or may be going through a transition. Maybe you are changing relationships, careers, cities, whatever it is. The Crow is signaling that you are ready to make this change. There is a transition going on here, Aries. You also have here, yeah, and see, here it is, the smiley face. You have the Joy card. You have the Joy card, and the number, this breaks down to a number 3, which is that Jupiter energy. We talked about that Sagittarian energy. So yes, you are going to be experiencing some pushback, but you're also going to be experiencing some joy. You have a mixed bag of nuts. You may experience even some setbacks, and I think it's coming from the discord around you. Taking a step forward to make 2 steps back. Yes, you're going to be experiencing setbacks. Yes, you're going to be empowered. You're going to be experiencing a lot of different things this month, but just remember the sky is the limit. You have number 4 here. And it says you bring stability and rationality to any situation. You are the rock, and your hard work and perseverance make you a dependable friend, partner, and colleague. I am stable. Throughout this whole thing, regardless of what is going on around you, you are going to feel grounded and very stable. And that's a really, really nice energy to be in here, especially with all the different things that are going on outside of you. You have the Bardo. See, you have an eye here, and doesn't the center, you have an eye here as well. And this is more Scorpio Pluto energy. Wow. Yeah. Transition. This is a card of transition. Another card of transition. In between. Bardo is a place between this life and your next life. Okay. Yes, the transition card. You have yet another transition card from a different deck. Another card of Scorpio, aka another death card on the table. Very interesting energy. What are you giving up? What are you walking away from? It could just be a way of, it could be a way of thinking. There is something going on that other people may not understand, and I can't say it enough, but you do. Here you have the witch's rune, you have the waves, and the waves are Neptunian energy. Remember we added this up? That's Neptune as well. Things will not be crystal clear to you all month. You'll have moments of clearness, moments of clarity. But you're going to push through this anyway. There is a no attached to this ruin, right? An N-O, a no. There are people around you who are going to be trying to push back, okay? This also could indicate a trip over water that you make, right? It doesn't have to be Europe. It could just be Florida. It could just be New York. It depends if you're going over water, right? You have N, U, K, and C. These letters may be someone's initials. It may be a city. It may be a town, a street name, a restaurant. Keep these handy because one of them or all of them will definitely mean something to you by the end of the month. Down here you have your 3 legs. I have broken your month up into 3 sections. Now, granted, in some Aries life, they will come in order. In others, they'll be out of order. The first will come last, or the second will come first. It is not a science, but these are 3 situational legs, okay? So with that said, let's go to leg 1. Leg 1, you have, and interestingly enough, these large cards, when they come in, I only take them in the upright, but I take note of them when they don't come in the upright. And all 3 of yours did come in the upright. Usually you get 1 or more that don't. But see, you have, that's very decisive energy. You have the 2 of Pentacles, Jupiter and Capricorn energy. This is balance, adaptability, managing multiple things responsibly. So you're balancing something here, and you're doing it very well. You have, let's see, you have the Hanged Woman. Obviously, that's just like the Hanged Man. You have the Hanged Woman in reverse. And this is yet more Piscean energy. Are you dealing with someone with very strong Pisces placements? Maybe. At the very least, there's a lot of Neptunian energy wrapped in this reading. A release from a period of stagnation or inactivity or sacrifice, right? Sacrifice could be. You do have here the 5 of Swords coming in reverse. That's a good sign. That's a good card to have in reverse. There is that conflict that may have been very prolific. It's the end of conflict, the end of confusion, the end of discord. But for this to be in reverse, I believe it was in the upright at one point. So you're balancing everything and you're making everything calm. You do have the 8 of Pentacles coming in, and this is Mercury and Virgo energy, dedication and hard work leading to success. That balancing of all the balls in the air and you doing it. Now, the cards down here are undertones. What's the undertone of the month? Pride. And, you know, that really makes sense because when you think about Leo, you think of pride, right? You're taking pride. You have all this confidence. You have all this empowerment. Beautiful. But look at the death and rebirth imagery on this card. Look at that. Very, very interesting when you think about all the Pluto energy here. When we add this up and we break it down, we shouldn't really be surprised that we get more Neptune energy. Pisces. And we also have 2 number 7s here. And that when we have 2 number 7s in tarot, we have that stands for like sort of introspection, evaluation. Pride as a positive. You're taking pride. Sometimes pride can be one of the 7 deadly sins, but in this case, I do think you're proud of the way you are handling something. You have. I'm going to put this aside here. You have the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is Sun in Leo. A lot of Leo energy in this reading as well. You may be dealing with someone with strong Leo placements. You have Sun in Leo. The King of Wands is a good leader. Fellow fire sign, obviously. A goal-oriented human. Or This could be someone that's very enthusiastic. I'm really feeling that this is you, male or female. You're moving into a time of goal-oriented, a goal-oriented time, or perhaps an enthusiastic time, a leadership. Maybe you could be in a leadership position here. You do have the Two of Cups coming in reverse, and this is Venus in Cancer energy, and this is some sort of breakdown in harmony, right? It could be that Page of Swords in reverse. It doesn't have to be romantic. It certainly could be, right? Breakdown in harmony. It could be a business partnership. It could be a love situation. It could be you and a friend. But there is a breakdown, and I'm not feeling like it is permanent, but I think that you're having some sort of discord here with someone. But you have the Three of Cups, and that's really good energy. Mercury in Cancer energy, social gatherings, collaborations with others. This could represent for at least one of you. This situation could be indicative of a very passionate situation that causes problems in a primary relationship, because it's a third party situation going on here. Could be, okay? But I really think that maybe one or two of you out there, okay? You do have the Four of Swords coming in reverse, Jupiter in Libra energy, a return to action. It's kind of like that hanged person in reverse, hanged woman in reverse, right? Jupiter in Libra. Similar to the hanged woman, it is a return to action. And here your undertone for this leg is take off your mask. There may be something you're hiding about the way you feel about a situation. You're keeping it to yourself. There may be an aspect of yourself that you hide from people in general. But this is encouraging you to speak your mind and take your mask off and be very clear. Clarity is super important here, for sure. On this leg, when we add this up and we break it down, we get 11, and 11 is that cardinal number we talk about all the time. You are a cardinal sign, especially Aries. Aries is the cardinal sign, okay? Cardinal number is a master number, and it's a bridging number from one thing to another, a transition, by the way. Yeah, transition. Okay, so let's look at your third leg. Your third leg, I mean, you can't really, hold on a second, can't really get better than some of these cards here. You have the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups, Neptune in Pisces energy, beautiful energy, happiness, joy. Happiness and joy on this leg. Emotional fulfillment, celebration. This could be a reunion you're having with someone, for sure. You have wow. So you have two pages in reverse. I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but you have the Page of Pentacles here in reverse. And you also have the Page of Swords again, coming up twice in reverse. You have the Page of Pentacles is Mercury in Taurus. The Page of Swords is Mercury in Aquarius, Mercury in Gemini. And two pages like this in reverse, the need for careful communication and reassessment of priorities. Yeah, it looks like you are lost in Neptune land here with this happiness. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, we all want the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is like amazingly happy energy. But you do have a Queen of Swords here coming in reverse, Saturn in Libra energy. And that is no fun, okay? Male or female, you're dealing with someone with a wicked tongue. Emotionally unstable. Now, this could be someone who's just stepping into this energy temporarily, right? We've all been there. I mean, I know I've been that way sometimes, right? You can't help it. You say the worst things. You're in a horrible frame of mind for maybe very good reason. You're emotionally unstable for very good reason. But I don't think this is you, Aries. I do think this is someone you're dealing with. Now, this could be someone, like I said, who's temporarily feeling this way, or this could be just a bitch or an asshole. No offense, you know, but you're dealing with someone here that is sort of trying to take the wind out of your sail with this. And there is a temptation here on the table. Now, man, I can't help but think that for at least one or two of you, there is a third party situation going on here that makes you very happy, or that, you know, that is pissing someone else off. Listen, I'm not here to judge. It is what it is. But, and I'm not saying that's most of you, because it's not. It's definitely one or two of you. I'm feeling that pretty strongly here. And here you have that bridging number again. When we add this up, 11, 11, I'm telling you, transition. And 2 number 10s, that death and rebirth energy. You're definitely transitioning. There is something dying and there is something being birthed. Pretty fascinating energy here. Now let's look at your challenges, okay? You have here, yeah, I mean, you have the Page of Swords in reverse. That's 3 decks. 3 different decks giving you the same message, same reading. Page of Swords in reverse, okay? A miscommunication or a communication that you don't like receiving, or a discussion you're not really happy with, or a discussion that pisses someone off. There's something going on here as far as communication. That Mercury in Gemini energy. Negative communication could be blockages. 3 times though, very important energy. And here you have your 3 of Cups in reverse. It's that third party energy for, like I said, 1 or 2 of you. And this is coming in reverse. So there's a challenge here to turn this upright, right? There is a challenge here because it looks like there's some sort of problem. That's, and for others of you, this could just be you trying to break out of some negativity that someone shoved you into, and you're trying to break free. The challenge is breaking free and back into your social network, your social circle, or to get your mind off whatever the heck is going on. And here you have the Queen of Swords again. Now, this is the Queen of Swords in the upright. So this is interesting. You have a challenge here. With your Queen of Swords, your Saturn and Libra, there is that person, right? The challenge here is to keep that person stable. It looks like what I said, at least one of the versions I gave you, was that this person isn't always like this, and it seems to be true. So your challenge is going to be to flip that around and make them stable again by something that you communicate the right way. I'm not saying that someone else's behavior is going to be all your fault, right? But you have more, in other words, you have more power in the situation than you think, than you understand. Because when we add this up and we break it down, we get that expansive Jupiter energy, expand and grow. You have that, that is definitely here in your challenges, but it can definitely, you have the power here. That's the bottom line. Now, let's look at these are your opportunities, and you have the 3 of Swords, and the 3 of Swords as an opportunity, right, is taking a painful situation, that Saturn and Libra energy, as an opportunity. It represents healing, moving past it with clarity, with awareness. Perhaps somebody else got their feelings hurt, and that's why they're saying and doing things that they don't normally say and do, and you have an opportunity here to turn this around. I mean, that's sort of basically what I said. And here is the Strength card coming in reverse. That's interesting. So you have the more Leo energy. And this is embracing someone's vulnerability. There is someone around you that is very vulnerable here in September. Very vulnerable energy that you need to sort of not come off so... The way you communicate is going to be everything. Okay? And you do have the 8 of Wands ending this reading, and I like that Mercury and Sagittarius energy. This is a good card to have as your last card because it is swift, rapid progress, new beginnings. You have 2 number 8s here, achievement, movement, motivation. When we add this up and we break it down, does it surprise you at all that we get Pluto? We get that transition energy, right? That rebirth energy. Fascinating. Definitely tell me what this is about here, Aries. We add all the numbers up in this reading and we break it down. We get Pluto energy again. Spirit, what, quadrupling down on this? I mean, how many times does this come up, right? Definitely, for sure. When we add, excuse me, as far as numbers, yeah, that's right. As far as numbers go, there was not one number that came out more than the rest. Usually there is, but there wasn't. Now, as far as planets go, Mercury came out the most, and Mercury is that Virgo Gemini energy, and Mercury is communication. Very important. The way you say things, the way things are heard, okay? The sign that came out the most here was Scorpio. Pluto energy. Again, So we have, as far as signs go, we have Gemini, Virgo, Capricorn, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Cancer, Aquarius, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Libra, and Leo, with Scorpio leading the pack. We have Pluto ×3 in the end, as far as adding things up. We have definite, we do have Neptunian energy creeping up there behind Mercury, but we have Mercury and Pluto, right? Death, rebirth, transition, and communication, all personal power things for you here this month, okay? Definitely keep me posted on what this is about, because as usual, very interesting reading here. Aries, I will see you next time.